most excited about?
I'm excited about right now. Drop the bass. Right now.
Today is Sunday, April 28th.
The day of the Lord.
Amen. And we are, well, this was not planned, but we're heading out to the land.
Praise the Lord, winging it life.
We have a car loaded with stuff to make. We have our wood for our raised beds, and we have mulch, which we weren't planning on buying today, but I had a $10 off coupon.
Oh, it's all about those coupon life.
And so if you have it, you might as well use it because you're going to need to buy stuff there eventually. And then we have our tomato, what do you call them? Frames. So, yeah, we wanted to give a little update on where we are.
I think the biggest thing was in Proverbs 24, where it says, prepare your fields, finish your work outside, then build your house.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty convicting for us. I think we've just been on a bit of a roller coaster journey with trying to get on the land and build a house. I think the biggest thing for us has been, and I think personality type stuff plays into this as well, because I think with Kelly, you're very lively and aggressive and want to go and do stuff, whereas for me, I'm much more of an observer, and I like to
strategize.
I like to sit and
see the
wait.
plan.
Yeah, and I think for both of us it's been frustrating, because for me I'm like, okay, once the house is there, then we can plan and go and do the land. And I think for you it's like, until the house is built, we can't go and build and do the land.
Or at least not until I have a vision, because I think the same thing, we want to steward our finances well, and
the land well, which
and
is
exactly, and the land well, and so that's all played a role in the decisions we make. And we've also, this has been an amazing time of really learning what it means to wait on Jesus and to allow Him to direct our steps, and that God is our contractor. God is our bank manager. Our land is His land. Our money's His. Our car is His. It's all His.
And I think jumping into that, so having, I had a dream probably about a week back, just where the Lord gave us a $1 million loan to build our house and do our land. So when I woke up, it was a really vivid dream. Like, I dream a lot, I dream every night, but this one was really vivid and encouraging. So it's like, all right, Lord, like, I felt like I needed to develop a vision for $1 million. Like an actual line item. What are we going to do with $1 million? And I think it was really easy. I think everyone finds it easy, like, hey, what did you do with $1 million? Like, oh, just go spend it on a new car, new house, new this, new that, buy everything you want, pleasure. But when you come down to it, it's like, what is your place, your purpose, and your people that you're gonna invest into with this money? And so the first question we had to answer is, why Lancaster? And that's a really good thing, because I think if you say to anyone, here's $1 million, it removes you from having to be in a place, which means you now have to make a choice of where you're actually going to invest and why. So that was a great, just exercise to go through. And then second from that is like, well, what would we do?
So why Lancaster?
Well, why Lancaster?
We feel like it's our mission field.
We've been praying for a long time, asking God how to be missionaries in America.
Yeah. And we finally feel like He is directing our steps to Lancaster. And in Garrett County, the reality is that it's a poor county and
a captive county.
There's drug issues and poverty issues. So we can really see how there's space for God to move in this county, and we don't know how that looks or what that looks like, but we're declaring Isaiah 61 over it, that Jesus comes to set captives free and to bring liberty. And so we still don't know what that looks like, but that's the beauty of being dependent on Jesus every step of the way.
So I think that was our purpose, reason for being in the place.
To see transformation.
And then just some other dynamics as well. We've always want to be a visitable distance away from Kelly's family. We don't want to be like 10 hours away, anywhere like that. And at the same time, like, we've given a lot
And look how cool this is. We're driving past it. So they're building this huge roadway
to the highway,
which will make it even
it cuts about half an hour off the journey back
to get to my parents. Yeah. So we didn't even know this was happening when we bought our land. Yeah. God is so good.
So, that was one thing. We wanted to be intentional with being near Kelly's family. And the other thing as well was being involved with the rugby guys in Lexington. We still wanted to be close enough to be involved there. And then obviously the Marksbury guys have been just an amazing bunch of guys to be involved with. So there was a lot of like dynamics that are like really built a solid desire for us to be in Lancaster.
Yeah, I'd say that honestly the first reason was it was so close to Marksbury. That was that was the practical reason. Yes. But and then all these other dynamics unfolded, which has been so cool.
And then the second thing as well is the more we've committed to this permaculture and farmstead kind of lifestyle, the more we've just gone deeper down the rabbit hole of the significance of it all, and just how much God has woven our existence into agriculture, and our current society has removed us so far away from the land that, like, for me, I'm like just mind blown. Like, oh my gosh, this is what we were born to do. Like, even just simple things like going through the garden section at Lowe's, or just sitting out in the woods, or just like your heart comes alive when you're around nature.
And when you're like on your land and like building the garden beds, and like there's just this amazing feeling that you can't describe when you're standing on a piece of land that's yours to steward. Yeah.
And so I think, and following that is like with the whole, like, starting to read Wendell Berry, and the whole thing of like how God created the earth beautiful and wonderful and full of these self-producing systems with seeds and amazing things like that, but it required God created man to steward and to tend those systems. So man can actually have a positive effect on the environment, have a positive effect on a piece of land that gives us meaning and significance and joy. And it's also a space where we get to walk with God in the cool of the day in the garden that we get to tend. And so it's a place for relationship, a place for family, a place for just healing of ourselves as well, from this being removed and put into this industrial cement box life that we've all grown up in. And then like Deuteronomy 28 and Isaiah 61, there's so many parallels between the health of your land that you're stewarding and the health of your community that you're living in. So we're just super excited about all of that.
And then you become aware of your personal responsibilities in the world of like composting and not buying
what you do with your waste.
Like what you're doing with your trash and how much trash do you have. And so things that when you're in the city or you're both working full-time business jobs at a desk, things you don't even have time to think about because you just throw stuff in the trash and you let the trash man come and pick it up.
It disappears from you.
And it's just removed, and the reality is it's going somewhere. So there's so many dynamics involved, and we're just so excited to make a difference practically in a simple way. Not the government coming in and controlling, but
on a small local scale.
Yes.
So it's been exciting. I think this is just like the exciting part that keeps us going, because there's been, like I said, it's a huge roller coaster of like, oh my gosh, are we going to build a house or not? Oh my gosh, are we doing the right thing? Oh my gosh,
have we bought the right piece of land?
Bought the right piece of land? Oh my gosh, have we got the money? Oh my gosh, is this the right place? Like, there's so many doubts and fears and anxieties that that accompany any journey of faith.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to kind of also just explain like the guiding direction behind all of it that we'll always eventually return to, even when we do have a moment of scare and
Yes.
so it's really exciting, and we just want to encourage the doability of it all for
If
people.
we can do it, honestly, anyone can. This is not our natural abilities or skills in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And we didn't grow up on a farm or anything like that. So it's just cool to see how God will use a willing heart and open doors.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.